Hello, this is Glenda with Fralins and Friends Crafts Plus, and we're working on that giraffe tonight. We're going to be giving him a body, at least a part of it, because we need to cover up what I made earlier. Well, anyway, we'll be making his body more bulky and start defining it a little bit. So he's going to take some time. He's going to be a few episodes, but I think you're going to like what you see. So, we'll get to work. As you can see, I've already baked the head. I did that because otherwise I'm just going to keep squishing it and getting everything out of place. I did give him some pretty big ears. I redid the ears because they were so thin. I was afraid they'd just pop right off. And so I did make them bigger and or thicker. And I also put a little bit of foil in there for armature. And I remade these too so they'd be a little taller and make it so he wouldn't be so out of proportion. But those ears are big, but they do have big ears, so the better to hear you with, my dears. So now I am going to start. When I did the body before, I did this part mostly just to make sure that it would all stay together. I wanted to get that all, I wanted to make sure all this armature inside was going to stay in place. And baking this and hardening it really did set everything in place. So right now, I want to bulk out the body because he's going to have, there's going to be a little bit of a sway in the back, as it should be, and he's going to be a little fatter. As you can see, I am using some more foil to bulk out the body even bigger, because if I don't do that, then I'm going to be using a lot of clay. So he looks a little funny now, but we're going to cover him again here in just a little bit, and then we will bake him again. But I want that body to look like a animal's body, not just a tube. So I'm going to use some more, excuse me, we're not going to do the legs and stuff tonight. I mainly just want to get this body done. Okay, now that I've added some more bulk with the foil, I'm going to go over it with the Super Sculpey Ultralight again. It's kind of a marshmallow feel to it. It's a very kind of a foamy feel to the Ultralight, but it does its job really well. And so there you see, I have got it, the body a little bigger. It's going to need more definition, there's no denying that, but it's got some size now, and it's got a little bit of definition. I did sway the back some, and there's his head. Yep, I had it on there earlier describing it and what I'd done with it, but I didn't realize that it was pretty much off camera. So it's time to apply a layer of the Super Sculpey Original. I'm using the sheets that I've run through the roller to give it a start, and then I'll start adding more of the other features and definition to the body. But first I want to get it covered with the outer layer skin, I guess you could call it, with the with the Super Sculpey original. The beige color just seems to work well for painting and whatever. I mean, there's other colors that a person could get, I suppose, but I don't know. This was what the person used that I kind of learned from watching, and so, and it seems to be a tone that takes well to paint and all that. All that jazz. Takes a lot of blending, and I don't have the most. Oh, you guys have heard me complain about my shaky fingers a lot of times and stuff, but it has always made me tend to want to have a heavier touch on things and not to be as gentle as a lot of people would be with things, but I do I get the job done. I just sometimes need to re-gauge what I'm doing and the amount of pressure I'm using. I'm not about to break this thing because it's a good size now. It's not going to just break. At least let's hope not. But yeah, I've got my shaping tool there. Well, shaping and smoothing tool, and so yeah, I use it to kind of help to smooth down edges because when you're using sheets like this, then they're going to need to be blended together. But well, whatever you do, it's going to have to be blended together. But that's what clay does so well. That's what clay does. I mean, some people use molds for more like a ceramic type thing, I guess. But this is sculpting, and I guess you can sculpt with a mold as well, but I don't know. I never did ceramics. I just don't know. This is what I work with. So, if you remember when I made the clay or the little frames with the half fish, half sized, not half sized, the half body whale and dolphin and an angelfish for the bathroom, I kind of kind of made them in half so I could put them on them plaques. Those were fun. And this is fun too. But they were a challenge and they took a lot of blending, but they were fun. And I hope to make some more of that kind of stuff. Okay, I've got him covered. Now I'm going to start trying to build some shape into this dudette, whatever it is, into this giraffe. I may have just a little too much there. But by the time I do the legs, with all the hips and stuff, he's going to be a little bulky. Or he needs to be at least. We'll be building a hip out this way a little more. later on. Right now I just want to concentrate on this back side. Because that's going to help me figure out what to do with the rest of it. See what I'm doing, I hope. Now that gets that kind of molded out. I don't want to dig into it, I just want to smooth it. I have not got as soft a touch as a lot of people do. Well, he's got a nicely rounded bottom now. So that looks natural enough, I think. Okay, I'm gonna quit with this for tonight because I think I've got enough film to do a full deal without. And this guy, I want to take time with him so that he looks pretty good. So, work on the legs and the neck tomorrow, shaping out the rest of his body, giving it that definition. So, I'll put his head back on for now. That won't be flipping around so much once we get his neck done. But right now, there we are. That's what we have for a giraffe so far. So, say goodnight, Mr. Giraffe. He'll be glad to have a neck and some legs and some toes. And his ears, well, he says, "Oh, the better to hear you with." Thank you everybody for watching, and yes, Mr. Giraffe is what he is for right now. I think he's going to get much better. And I'm not unhappy with, at least not with what I've sculpted so far as his features. I'm not going to worry about the ears being a little big. It's like, okay, that's fine. Because I don't know what to do about it now anyway. I don't think they're really terribly oversized, although they are terribly oversized, but never mind. I'm too sleepy. So, we will see you tomorrow. Have a good evening. I love you all. And wave. I really am just so drowsy tonight. I don't know why. I took a long nap, and I think that might be why, because I'm not waking up very fast.